now this is a very good hand. It has its flaws and it has its positive qualities. The first thing I noticed was the large gap between the head and lifelines. Now, what happens is the person is born confident, but they can be overconfident. You see, it's a large gap. So, what happens is the person could become overconfident unless they have someone like these type of people. They usually don't listen to advice, etc. But I always recommend these people to not act impulsively and listen to advice. Again, what is saving her from this is that the fingers are relatively longer. If these fingers were short, she would be much more impulsive. I think that is balancing that negative quality. So that's good that she has long fingers. Again, we see that the Mercury finger is exceptionally long. It's almost reaching till here. So this shows exceptional money making and quality from a young age. So she became a model at the age of 5. So usually people have this combination: the head and lifeline separate, the long fingers and the Mercury finger extremely long. So this shows some extra talent. Along with that, in acting and modeling, she was born to shine. Here we have the Apollo mount is very developed and the Venus mount is very developed. If I remember, Scarlett Johansson also has this sign, and she is also a very good actress and very beautiful as well. So same for her. She must be a very good actress and she is definitely very beautiful. So here we see that what saves her is that basically if any client came to me and they would ask like should I go to acting or should I proceed with my studies, again it depends on the whole poem, not on one aspect. But if we see her whole hand, we see that when the head and lifeline are separate, this much separate, right? So I actually advise the person to go ahead with the thing, because what happens is the person has confidence, so they will always feel like they're backing down if they're studying. What happens is studying is always a good backup plan. That's why so many people study, even while they're acting, even while they're doing anything. They will study. They will get a bachelor's or a master's, even a PhD. Like it depends on the person overall whether they're earning or not earning. So they can even get an honorary degree. But with the head and lifeline separate, it's always best to tell them to do what you want to do something practical. So I was reading her biography. She chose to not pursue studies but focus on her acting career. That is definitely what is recommended, because along with this aspect we have to remember the Apollo and the Venus. These two are also pointing towards that the person is better off not going into studies, like not going into too much deeper studies, higher studies. That's not recommended. Along with that, we also see that she might face some problems. She has had health problems. That is again, it happens, but she might also not face, but she can make some irrational decisions. Like if you see here, there's a divide between here, right? And there's also these fingers are not straight; they're like bent. So what happens is, the good thing is the Mercury finger is very long, but again, the Mercury finger being long can give a little, greed and what you say, manipulative ability. So she could be too greedy. She could get involved in scandal. Again, this is like I'm not saying this will happen, but again, with the other fingers bent, the Mercury finger over long, what happens is the person cannot control greed. Like everyone has, some bad quality, vice, gluttony, etc. So if her worst quality would be greed, like she could become too greedy for money. Again, there are many aspects which are helping her not going into that, but it's better that she remains balanced. And I also like that how she took, like, even though it was a health problem, she took a break from acting. That is also recommended to her, because she has a lot of energy. Like the Venus and Apollo give a lot of energy, and I think for best for her would be to do different things like acting, modeling, singing. As long as she keeps doing different things, she'll be happy, because these people are very restless. They are also very multi-talented. The Apollonians are very multi-talented. They don't like keeping the talent into one thing. They like to diversify. So that's also very recommended. And again, not surprised that the fate line is coming from the Mountain Moon, which shows that her success is dependent on the other people's approval. Again, actors, singers, they need other people's approval. And we also have, in terms of relationship, now let's go to the relationship angle. We see that the heart line is very good. The heart line is like, here it's like, starting upward from between these two fingers, which gives a balanced personality when it comes to love. The person is not too materialistic, the person is not too idealistic. And if we see here that it's like swerving like this, so the person is romantic. The only thing I would say that the heartline is a bit away from the fingers, so it could be that she takes her sweet time, opening up to a person. She's like that kind of person, like she's open with everyone. She will be good with everyone. Like, but when she is like testing a person, if they are her perfect match, she will test them, and the other person won't even know they're being tested. She's that kind of person, which again is good or bad. It depends on what type of person you like. So she will test that person, and for her, I would always recommend that someone with the head and lifeline joined would be a better match, because that person will give them stability. They themselves are restless, etc., etc. She needs someone who can give her emotional stability. You know, that not be too restless, take a break, and that type of person will go along very well with her. Again, she is very independent, so for her, marriage will be like, especially with the Apollonian Venus mounts very developed, she is very desirable. Like everyone wants to be in a relationship with her. Everyone has a crush on her. She's type of that person, but she's very independent. We see the space between these two fingers and the considerable space between these two fingers. So it will be very hard for her to make a decision to finally settle down. She will make that decision, and she will be 100% committed. If you see here the shape of the thumb, it shows that once she is committed, she will be 100% committed. Unless that other person cheats on her or anything, then she will be, she will break all ties, etc. But she is very loyal. This is the thumb of loyalty. So if she enters it, she will enter it very, very loyally. Like she will give her all to that person. So that's very good. So overall, a very passionate, and I cannot see this person doing anything unless there's passion in it. She just has to control her restless quality, and she will go ahead in her life. And then let's see, I can also not guess exactly when she will marry, because the hand is showing one side restlessness, one side is showing non-restlessness. So it could be that she surprises us, because she's a bit unpredictable as well. So it could be that she, surprises us that, oh, I just got married or something like that. Like it's hard to pinpoint the age, but if and whenever she gets married, she will be it will be a very good relationship, because she is good at choosing people. As long as she does not, become too greedy for money, etc., in any way, like, asking too much salary, etc., as long as she controls her greed, she will, and controls her restlessness, she will have a very long and durable career, very having a lot of longevity in her professional life. Thank you so much for recommending this poem. I really enjoyed making this poem reading video, and I hope who emailed me this picture also enjoys this video. Thank you so much for emailing me this picture. I couldn't find it on my own. Thank you so much, and have a very nice day ahead.